Top 10 places in Panama where retirees are flocking. The hidden truth behind the hype. Trust me, the hype is real, but so are the surprises nobody's talking about. Everyone and their cousin seems to be trading snow boots for sandals and heading to Panama lately. It's pitched as the promised land for retirees. Low cost of living, warm weather, friendly locals, and that magical thing called the pensionado visa that supposedly showers you with discounts like confetti. Sounds perfect, right? Well, not so fast. Because while thousands of retirees are flocking to Panama like pigeons to a dropped sandwich, the reality isn't always palm trees and piña coladas. Some places live up to the hype. Others, not so much. Behind those glossy retirement blog posts and drone shots of pristine beaches, there's a truth that's a bit more complicated. Think beauty pageant contestant with great hair and zero personality, or worse, surprise expenses that make your budget-friendly paradise feel more like a reality check with a sunburn. In this video, we're going to explore the hidden truths behind the 10 most popular places retirees are rushing to in Panama, without the sugarcoating. No sales pitch, no fluff, just the facts, seasoned with a little sass and a whole lot of insight. Whether you're downsizing your life, stretching a pension, or just daydreaming between Zoom calls, this is your backstage pass to the real Panama, warts, wonders, and all. Welcome to Restful Wealth, where we help you live simply, retire smart, and never overpay for paradise. Hit that like button, subscribe if you're new, and buckle up, because this list might just flip your retirement plans upside down. Let's dive in. Number 10. David, the practical retiree's gateway. David, not the biblical one with a slingshot, but Panama's third largest city, where practicality trumps postcard perfection, and retirees who value common sense over coconut cocktails find their happy place. Let's be honest, David is not going to win any tropical beauty contests. No sweeping oceanfront promenades. No bougie brunch spots with $9 smoothies and yoga mats doubling as decor. But that's exactly why some smart retirees are flocking here. David is where you go when you're done chasing the dream and ready to live it, without selling a kidney to pay rent. Located in the Chiriquí province, this city is strategically wedged between two retirement darlings: Boquete's misty mountain cool and the warm waves of the Pacific coast. Want a breezy weekend in Boquete? A beach day in Las Lajas? David puts both within easy reach, no teleportation device required. And speaking of ease, let's talk infrastructure. David has actual public transportation that functions, healthcare facilities that work, and grocery stores that stock more than just plantains and rum. It's a real working city, not a retiree-themed Disneyland. So the vibe here is less margarita at noon and more getting things done without paying a gringo tax. The cost of living? Lower than Panama City by a long shot, and real estate prices are refreshingly realistic. Translation: you can actually buy a home without needing to name your firstborn after your realtor. Plus, because it's not dripping with expat glitter, you'll get full immersion in Panamanian culture, from the bustling mercados to the casual friendliness of neighbors who don't speak fluent English and don't care that you can't roll your R's. Now, full disclosure, if you're looking for a place where everyone wears linen and sips wine on verandas overlooking the sea, this ain't it. David is for the practical retiree, the one who likes urban convenience without urban chaos, who values affordability over Instagrammability, and who doesn't mind sweating a little to get the job done. So is David flashy? No, but it's smart, solid, and seriously underrated, kind of like that reliable friend who always shows up on time and actually reads the fine print. And if that sounds like the retirement vibe you're after, David might just be your perfect match. Number 9. Pedasi. If David is the practical, no-nonsense friend who gets things done, Pedasi is the barefoot cousin who moved to the beach and never looked back. Located on Panama's Azuero Peninsula, aka the Tuna Coast, this sleepy little town offers exactly what a lot of overstimulated, overworked retirees are craving: peace, palm trees, and absolutely no rush hour. With a population barely scratching 2,500, Pedasi is as close to small-town charm as it gets, without falling off the map. It's got that old Panama feel, the kind travel bloggers try to bottle but never quite capture. Here, time stretches like a hammock in the breeze, and the loudest thing you'll hear at night might just be a gecko smacking his lips at a mosquito. But don't mistake quiet for boring. Panama sits on the edge of some of Panama's most spectacular Pacific beaches. Think long, untouched stretches of sand where you can walk for miles without tripping over a single tourist. For those with a penchant for fishing, especially the big stuff like yellowfin tuna, this is deep-sea heaven. And if you're into surfing, the nearby Playa Venao has waves that keep both newbies and salty sea veterans coming back for more. Retirees here are a mix of laid-back expats and community-minded locals, creating a vibe that's more potluck and poetry night than high rises and high heels. There's also a rising trend in eco-conscious living, with small sustainable developments popping up for those looking to retire without wrecking the planet. It's still early days, though, so if you want in, this might be the right time before everyone else catches on and turns it into the next Tulum. And please, let's not. Oh, and if you're worried about being stuck in Sleepy Town limbo forever, Panama has a wild side, seasonally. The town throws a mean carnival, complete with parades, music, and enough fireworks to confuse passing satellites. It's the kind of festive chaos that reminds you you're still very much in Latin America, just in case the tranquility had you fooled. In short, Panama is for the retiree who wants to slow down without falling off the edge of the earth. If you're after quiet beaches, friendly faces, fresh fish, and the occasional cultural fiesta, all without the expat circus, Panama just might reel you in. Number 8. Santa Fe, Veraguas. Mountain solitude for nature lovers. If you've ever fantasized about living in a place where your backyard is a rainforest, your morning alarm is birdsong, and the only traffic jam involves a couple of cows and a sleepy dog, welcome to Santa Fe, Veraguas. Not to be confused with its flashier cousin in New Mexico, this Panamanian Santa Fe is the real deal when it comes to off-grid charm. Tucked away in the lush highlands of Veraguas province, it's still what seasoned expats whisper about over their organic coffee, the last, truly untouched gem. And they're not wrong. Here, you're surrounded by misty mountain views, cascading waterfalls, and more hiking trails than you'll ever need, unless you're planning to outwalk your pension. Nature is the local celebrity here. The town practically hugs the Santa Fe National Park, which protects over 70,000 hectares of jungle and wildlife. That means your new neighbors might include toucans, howler monkeys, and a whole lot of butterflies that apparently never got the memo about personal space. Now let's address the elephant. Or should we say, absence of elephants in the room. No malls, no movie theaters, no Walmart. But hey, you didn't come to a mountain village looking for a cheesecake factory. What Santa Fe lacks in commercial convenience, it more than makes up for in simplicity, serenity, and a soul-soothing connection to nature. You won't find much hustle, but you'll rediscover what it means to actually breathe. The cost of living here? Let's just say your dollar gets the VIP treatment. Rent is low, land is still affordable, for now, and the local produce is so cheap you'll wonder if they forgot to charge you. For retirees on a tight budget, Santa Fe stretches a fixed income like yoga pants after Thanksgiving dinner. And the community? Think less expat enclave and more, everyone knows your name, whether you like it or not. The locals are warm, the expats are few but tight-knit, and if you can handle conversations in basic Spanish and an even more basic internet signal, you'll do just fine. Bottom line, Santa Fe is for the nature-loving retiree who'd rather trade noise for waterfalls, traffic for trails, and excess for essence. It's not for everyone, but then again, hidden gems never are. Number 7. Bocas del Toro. If your idea of retirement involves toes in the sand, salt in the air, and maybe a reggae beat floating in the background, then Bocas del Toro is probably already on your vision board, right next to that hammock and suspiciously photogenic coconut drink. Located on the Caribbean side of Panama, Bocas del Toro is an archipelago that looks like it was designed by someone who just got back from vacation and said, "Let's never leave again." It's all turquoise waters, overwater bungalows, coral reefs, and the kind of laid-back barefoot lifestyle that makes you forget what day it is or care. But let's keep it real. Bocas isn't luxury on a silver platter. It's more like a pineapple on a bamboo plate. The infrastructure? Think quirky island charm, with a side of power outages and bumpy boat rides. Still, ecotourism is pumping some serious upgrades into the area, so while the internet might occasionally take a beach break, the future here is looking pretty bright. Retirees who land in Bocas tend to fall into two camps: the ocean-obsessed and the creatively inclined. Love snorkeling, boating, paddleboarding, or just floating with a purpose? Check. Prefer a town where painters, writers, and barefoot musicians gather like it's some kind of Caribbean Woodstock? Double check. And yes, it's remote. You'll either fly in on a small plane that feels like it should come with a warning label, or hop a ferry that's half transportation, half tropical adventure. But that isolation is part of the appeal. Bocas isn't trying to be everything for everyone. It's for those who want island life with a little grit, a lot of color, and maybe a parrot or two chiming in during happy hour. Cost of living? It's not the cheapest on this list, but still far below what you'd pay for a similar setup in, say, Costa Rica or the Bahamas. And let's be honest, where else can you eat fresh lobster on your porch while watching dolphins do synchronized swimming? You're not just buying a lifestyle here, you're buying bragging rights. So if you're the kind of retiree who wants to trade neckties for sarongs, traffic for tide charts, and stress for sunsets, Bocas del Toro might just be your slice of tropical rebellion. Just don't forget the bug spray and maybe a backup power bank. Number 6. Las Tablas. If Panama were a person, Las Tablas would be its beating heart in a sequined costume, shaking a tamborito drum and yelling, "Vamos a la fiesta!" This small city may not have a glitzy skyline or beachfront resorts with infinity pools, but what it lacks in modern flash, it makes up for in soul, sass, and an overload of cultural swagger. Located on the Azuero Peninsula, Las Tablas is widely hailed as the folklore and festival capital of Panama. Think vibrant parades, traditional dresses, fireworks that could legally qualify as explosions, and of course, Carnival. We're not talking about a few guys with whistles on a pickup truck. This is a full-blown, multi-day, town-shutting-down kind of party that rivals Rio on Red Bull. If you've ever wanted to retire somewhere where the highlight of the year involves dragons, devils, dancing queens, and brass bands, congratulations, your search is over. But it's not all noise and neon. In everyday life, Las Tablas moves at a lovely, livable pace. The cost of living is low enough to make your social security check feel like it just got promoted. Real estate is still affordable, groceries are local and fresh, and no, plantains do not count as junk food. And safety? Let's just say the biggest threat in town might be overeating at a Sunday food fair. It's also one of the best places in Panama to truly integrate. With relatively few expats, though the number is growing, this is a place where you don't just live, you belong. Want to learn Spanish? Las Tablas will teach you fast, whether you like it or not. Want to understand Panamanian culture? You'll be waving a flag and singing folk songs before you know it. So, if your idea of retirement includes authenticity over artifice, cultural immersion over gated communities, and maybe learning how to dance without pulling a hamstring, Las Tablas just might be your jam. It's for the bold, the curious, and anyone who's ever said, "I don't just want to move somewhere, I want to feel it." If you've made it this far, huge thanks for sticking with us. You're clearly serious about finding the right retirement destination in Panama, and we're just getting started. Be sure to hit like, drop a comment below with your favorite so far, and subscribe so you don't miss the rest of the countdown. Number 5. Santiago, Veraguas, the undiscovered frontier. Welcome to Santiago, where Panama's past, present, and future all seem to be holding a town hall meeting, and you've just been invited to sit in. Located smack in the middle of the country, Santiago is the largest city in the Veraguas province, and while it may not be topping travel brochures just yet, savvy retirees are quietly eyeing it like a stock about to skyrocket. Why? Because Santiago is a frontier town in the best possible sense. It's not touristy, not overpriced, and definitely not finished. And for the adventurous retiree, that's exactly what makes it exciting. It's where you can still get beachfront land without selling a kidney, and the city itself is large enough to have conveniences, without the chaos of Panama City or the expat density of Boquete. One of its best-kept secrets? It's the only province in Panama with access to both the Pacific and Caribbean coasts. That's like being able to choose between sunrise yoga on one beach and sunset cocktails on another, all in the same weekend. Or same day, if you're ambitious and the roads are cooperating. Santiago is a work in progress, which is code for Don't expect five-star resorts or avocado toast on every corner. What you will find is authenticity, a low cost of living, and locals who are more likely to invite you to a barbecue than sell you a timeshare. And development is coming, slowly but surely. New roads, improved hospitals, upgraded infrastructure, meaning anyone who gets in early could ride the wave as it rises. For the retiree who doesn't want to follow the herd but would rather blaze their own trail with a Panama hat and a machete, figuratively of course, Santiago offers just the right mix of affordability, access, and adventure. You won't get the polished expat clubs here, but you will get a chance to shape your retirement lifestyle before the crowds and the condo towers arrive. And real talk? There's something empowering about discovering a place before it's discovered. Like buying Apple stock in the garage days, or knowing how to pronounce quinoa before Whole Foods made it weirdly fancy. So if you're bold, budget-wise, and intrigued by the idea of retiring where the map still has some blank spaces, Santiago might just be your sweet spot. It's Panama's sleeper hit in the making, and you could be the star of the sequel. Number 4. El Valle de Anton, Panama's secret garden. If Peter Pan, Bob Ross, and your favorite yoga instructor designed a retirement spot together, El Valle de Anton would be it. Nestled inside the crater of an extinct volcano, yes, an actual volcano, this hidden gem feels more like a storybook village than a real-life town. And no, you're not hallucinating from too much chamomile tea. The air really is cooler, the flowers bloom bigger, and the birds sound like they took choir lessons. Set high in the cloud-kissed mountains, just a couple hours from Panama City, El Valle is where you go when you want nature to hug you every morning and stress to quietly slink out the back door. With thermal hot springs, lush waterfalls, and trails winding through orchid gardens, it's like living in a spa brochure but with real people, real markets, and real tamales. Now let's address the obvious. You are literally living in a volcano crater. But before you panic and Google volcanic safety retirement, rest assured, it's been extinct longer than your landline phone. The result? A circular valley wrapped in emerald green hills, where the air is fresh, the views are cinematic, and the vibe is somewhere between Zen retreat and eco-conscious hobbit village. The community here is small but tight-knit. You'll find a mix of locals, artisans, and retirees who traded in beachfront condos for morning hikes, farmers markets, and hot springs that allegedly cure everything from arthritis to bad decisions. Bonus: the weekly handicraft market is a treasure trove for pottery, paintings, and gifts you can pretend you made yourself. And while it's peaceful, it's not primitive. There are eco-lodges, boutique cafes, yoga studios, and even internet good enough to video call your grandkids. Or brag to your old coworkers while lounging in a hammock surrounded by hummingbirds. So if your dream retirement involves cool mountain air, wellness living, and never having to shovel snow again, El Valle might just be your Goldilocks zone. It's cozy, it's calming, and it's quirky enough to keep life interesting. Feeling inspired yet? We're heading into the final stretch. Don't blink. Things are only going to get more intriguing as we move closer to the number 1 spot. Number 3, Coronado, where the sun shines, the margaritas flow, and the Wi-Fi actually works. If Panama had a resort meets reality category, Coronado would be sipping a coconut drink with its feet up on the winner's podium. This is the place where retirees go to have their cake and eat it too, preferably poolside, with ocean views. Just an hour and a half from Panama City, Coronado is the most established beach town in the country. Translation? You're not hacking through jungle vines to get a gallon of milk. Here, you'll find private medical clinics, golf courses, gated communities, US-style supermarkets, and a thriving expat network that practically runs on brunch. Think of it as Panama's version of Florida, but with fewer hurricanes and a stronger currency. It's no surprise that thousands of snowbirds flock here each year, escaping the blizzards back home to bask in the 80-degree sunshine. And unlike some beach towns that feel like a spring break rerun, Coronado is classy but casual. More linen shirts and yoga mats than beer bongs and foam parties. You want modern amenities with a side of salt air? Done. Coronado serves up convenience like it's on a silver platter. Pharmacies? Check. Gourmet cheese? Oh yes. Beachfront happy hour with live music and new friends who swear they were once accountants or airline pilots? every Tuesday. And while it has the polish of a resort town, it doesn't come with a passport stamp of pretentiousness. People here are laid back. You're just as likely to strike up a conversation with a retired couple from Canada as you are with a local selling handmade hammocks at the weekly market. Low maintenance, high reward living is the name of the game. You don't have to build from scratch, learn Spanish overnight, or install a water filtration system. Coronado is plug-and-play paradise, ideal for retirees who want ocean breezes, community, and creature comforts without reinventing the wheel. Number 2, Panama City, where retirement meets world-class living. If retiring in style is on your vision board, complete with skyline sunset, sushi delivery, and a cardiologist 5 minutes away, then Panama City might just be your golden ticket. This is not your typical sleepy retirement town where the most thrilling thing is bingo night at the community center. Oh no. Panama City is cosmopolitan, energetic, and just spicy enough to keep you on your toes. Picture this. Modern skyscrapers towering over the Pacific Ocean, palm-lined boulevards, rooftop pools, and a metro system that actually works. Take notes, New York. It's like Miami and Dubai had a Latin American love child, and it's been taking salsa lessons. What sets Panama City apart isn't just the world-class hospitals, lightning-fast internet, or luxury malls that make you question your life back in the suburbs. It's the balance. One day you're sipping coffee in a colonial plaza in Casco Viejo, surrounded by 400 years of history. The next, you're catching a jazz concert or flying off to Colombia for the weekend, thanks to Tocumen International Airport, the hub of the Americas. And let's talk perks. If you qualify for the Pensionado visa, you're basically handed a VIP pass to savings, 25% off airfare, movie tickets, and hotel stays, just for being fabulous and over 60. You may never pay full price for anything again. Retirees who crave culture, convenience, and just the right amount of chaos will feel right at home here. There's always something happening, from food festivals to art expos to rooftop brunches, where someone inevitably orders something gluten-free, organic, and vaguely Mediterranean. Yes, it's more expensive than smaller towns, but you're paying for access, comfort, and an air-conditioned lifestyle that doesn't require you to haggle over avocados at a roadside stand. Panama City lets you retire without downgrading, because who said retirement has to mean rustic? Number 1. Boquete. Boquete, Panama's not-so-hidden gem that retirees are practically stampeding toward with sun hats and hiking boots in tow. They call it the Beverly Hills of Panama, but let's be honest, it's got better coffee, lower prices, and nobody's trying to sell you a $22 green juice. Tucked high in the Chiriquí Highlands, Boquete offers spring-like weather 365 days a year. That's right, no need for air conditioning, snow tires, or praying your house doesn't melt in the summer heat. Just open the window and breathe in the crisp mountain air that smells faintly of roasted coffee and quiet satisfaction. Speaking of coffee, Boquete is famous worldwide for its geisha beans, which sell for hundreds of dollars per pound. But here, you're sipping that liquid gold for about $2 while watching hummingbirds flit past your porch. Yes, it's that dreamy. The town pulses with a unique mix of nature lovers, yoga fanatics, organic farmers, and expats who can finally pronounce Quetzal, thanks to the dazzling bird often spotted in the cloud forests. And if you like your social calendar busier than a cruise ship itinerary, you're in luck. Boquete boasts one of the most active and organized expat communities in Panama. Think book clubs, hiking groups, volunteer missions, language exchanges, even weekly trivia nights that get weirdly competitive. Boquete also hosts the Flower and Coffee Festival, a colorful extravaganza that draws thousands of visitors each year. But don't worry, it still manages to keep that small-town charm where everyone knows your name and your dogs. It's peaceful, picturesque, and packed with purpose. Retirees come here not just to relax, but to live deeply, adventurously, and maybe learn to tango at 70. In Boquete, life doesn't slow down, it just gets a whole lot better. And there you have it. Our top 10 places in Panama where retirees are flocking, the hidden truth behind the hype. Thanks for sticking with us on this journey through paradise with a twist. If you found this helpful, please like this video and subscribe for more retirement guides, cost breakdowns, and destination spotlights. Until next time, live simply, dream big, and don't forget the sunscreen.